Well now, as you can see, I had my hands on L1212 Rose Eau de Parfum for my wife. Then I saw Hugo Woman Edp and thought differently, and in the midst, Gucci Memoir Diode got put back. I watched a lady put that back. So I said, well, let me shoot this, that I'm going to do this. So I added it to the video. So I ended up grabbing 3 fragrances. Let's check them out and bust them open. Also, I grabbed Cool Water Aquaman, if I can get it to focus. There we go. Aquaman, 4.2 ounce for $16.99. Cheapy steal. I've been seeing these go around. That was a must grab. Then I grabbed this 1 ounce bottle of Hugo Woman Eau de Parfum for my wife. Same thing, $16.99. That was an easy grab because I've heard good things about this one. And then this one, I haven't smelled in I smelled it when it initially came out at a Macy's, and it didn't blow me away, but it intrigued me, and I thought, you know, maybe one day if I can find it for a decent price. Gucci Memoir Diode. This is a 60 ml bottle, as you can see here. This was definitely not a cheapie, but we're not going to make a separate video for it when we could just do it here. So $59 for the 60 ml, in line with what it is at discounters. So I grabbed it. We'll save it for last. To save on some time, I went ahead and pulled the plastic off all 3, but we'll check out Cool Water Aquaman first. And definitely an interesting box design. I always like Cool Water flankers when I run across them. And I mean, 4.2 ounce for $17. I'll buy any Cool Water fragrance for that. I mean, that's a steal. Is it going to be some monster performer? Who knows? But the color's cool. That blue gradient from darker blue to lighter blue with the Aquaman logo. Zaharoff Cool Water has a chromed plastic cap. Fragrance info on the bottom. And we'll go on, I'm going to roll these sleeves up a little bit, and we'll go on the top of my right hand for this one. 2 good sprays, why not? Go ahead and drench my hand. So we're going to have to wave that a little bit and give it a second. But I've always loved the Cool Water bottles. Every flanker I've ever gotten I like, which I don't have a lot of them, but let's see. Hope it don't smell like Cool Water. I did not look at the notes. And it does not smell like just like Cool Water, so that's a plus. There's some citrus up top, but there's also something very herbal about this, very green. It's aquatic yet green. I'll have to check the notes out on this one. There's something adding a darker nuance to it, almost like a guaiac wood type of, because that's a bit of a smokier type of wood. I like guaiac wood. It's in a lot of some of my favorite fragrances. That's why it's usually pretty easy to distinguish. I want to say that's what's given this darker nuance. It's definitely got a strong wood presence here. Some citrus. There's a marine accord here that doesn't quite smell like sea notes. But there's something making it watery and aquatic. I mean, you would think so with the name and the way the bottle looks. Loving the bottle. Definitely digging that. And there's actually a fruity accord here, but I don't know what. But it's fresh, it's fruity. It's a little herbaceous. A little woody, darker. This is different. There's a lot of stuff going on with this fragrance. I'm actually impressed. For $17, this is a damn steal. If you see this out at the rack stores, check your local Burlington. I mean, $17 for this is absurd. It's outrageous. I'm very impressed. And like I said, 17 bucks. That is, I don't think you can beat that. I can't think of too many fragrances for $17 or less that I would say are a better fragrance than this, just based off my first impressions. How it performs, I don't know. But just based off the scent and the opening in the first few minutes, it's pretty nice for 17 bucks. It's pretty nice for 40 bucks, let alone 17. Yeah, I like this. I do. Now that it's settling down, I want to say that greenness that I'm getting is kind of minty. Now that it's settling down, I'm wanting to say that's mint that's making this green. But nonetheless, great. If you see this one at your local Burlington's for $17, do not hesitate. There's a lot of fragrances that are worth a gamble for $20 or less when you come across them. This is definitely a winning dice roll in my opinion. Next, we're going to check out Hugo Woman Edp Parfum. Don't worry guys, I've been working on my wife more and more. I think we're getting closer to getting her on camera to do like a smell and rate video or something like that. I've been working on her. I'm gonna get her there. But I've always liked the bottle design of Hugo Woman. Has that red translucent on the inner ring. Always like that. Has the fragrance information going around the back. Holds in place. And for this one, we're gonna go right here on the wrist. Big spray. Fruity florals. I love fruity florals. My wife loves fruity florals. And I know this one's got a lovely iris note in here. I believe the original had that as well. Yeah, this is lovely. You know, guys, word to the wise, some fragrances are just easy blind buys for your wife if you know their taste. My wife likes fruity florals. There's a lot of options out there, but something she lacks, the diversity she lacks in her collection is something that features iris. She's got more roses and stuff like that is kind of her go-to. And here she's still getting a dominant fruitiness, and the floral nature that's in here is an iris note that's not overdone. Well stated, but not overdone. And there's a nice little fresh, herbaceous, like grassy green type of quality going on in here as well. Just a lovely fragrance. Lovely. What performance is going to be like, I don't know. But definitely one. She hasn't smelled it yet. Obviously, I just opened it. And I haven't told her yet that I bought it for her. But I'm going to go surprise her with it here in just a little bit. But I figured, you know, I've had several women that have reached out in the comments. And, you know, I figured why not? We'll talk about it on the channel, especially since I just bought it. But Hugo Woman Edp, safe bet, safe blind buy. Not overly youthful for as fruity as it is. Not overly mature and professional for having iris and some herbaceous qualities. So it's a nice balance. It's kind of a do-it-all fragrance for the warmer weather. Not really a heavy cold weather scent, but I mean, you can wear it year-round if you want to, but definitely signature scent worthy for the ladies in my opinion. That's Hugo Woman Eau de Parfum. Last but not least, the most expensive fragrance in this video, Gucci Memoir Diode. Unisex fragrance, definitely a different fragrance. I remember the first time I smelled this one thinking, you know, I could see why a lot of people, I can't see this being an extremely popular fragrance because I can see that this is a polarizing one for sure. I love the bottle on it though. Always have. Has that vintage look to the bottle. You know, Alberto Morillas created this for Gucci. And we're going to give it a spray here. I love the vintage style to this. Fresh green. I remember there's a chamomile tea in this. The cap has actually got some girth to it. This has quite a bit of weight. For having a plastic filling, it has some weight to it for sure. Definitely all in the details. And there's some nice little subtle details with this one. Beautiful atomizer too. Musk and tea. Very, very herbaceous fragrance. Fresh, but herbaceous. Ah, that chamomile. It's a relaxing scent. The aroma is very relaxing, very calming type of thing because there's a lot of clean musk in here, and that chamomile tea is just, that's what hits you up top. Very lovely, very laid back type of scent. For those kickback type of days, this is definitely one of those fragrances. Is it going to be worth $60 to you? I don't know. It's worth 60 to me for the 60 ml because I've seen the 40 ml go the 40 some odd dollar range. So to get, you know, 20 ml more, right in that $60 range, it's right at the edge of what I would pay for a 60 ml. I mean, obviously, because I bought it. Very simplistic, not some beast of a projection monster or anything like that. You're not really going to just reach out and grab somebody's attention. They'll have to get pretty close to you to smell you, or you'd have to walk by pretty close in their vicinity for your little mild trail to really grab somebody. This is one of those more for you relaxing type of intimate scents, and I was looking for something like that. When I saw it, I didn't hesitate to grab it because I had this one in the back of my mind on my want list for a long time now, and I never run across it, and it's never in the front of my thought process on things to pick up. But definitely laid back, definitely quality for a designer. I have to say, don't pay retail for this one because it's not a wow factor fragrance or some performance monster that warrants $120 for 100 ml. No, 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 don't do that. But it's different. If you're looking for something different, you want to expand your horizons a little bit in your collection, get out and try this one. I'm not saying it's blind buy safe. I don't think it's blind buy safe. I think you definitely need to sample this one first because there's potential for you to get let down and not like it. It's not going to be for everybody. I remember that from the very first time I smelled it, thinking that, well, this ain't for everybody. And it's not. Definitely a try before you buy. Like I said, I sampled this one long ago when it released. So I knew I wanted to get it eventually. And this just seemed like the time was right and it was meant to be. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Chamomile tea and musk. It's pretty much what you get. It's a little creamy. Slightly powdery and creamy. There's some sandalwood in here, I believe, adding that creaminess, but happy to have it. Gucci Memoir Diode. Well, that's the haul from Burlington, and until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Have you tried any of these three? Have you run across them? Do you own them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? This is definitely a great signature scent for the ladies, and this is a freaking steal for $17. And Gucci Memoir is definitely an acquired taste that I suggest you sample before you buy. I like, but that doesn't necessarily mean you will like. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these three, you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.